at the launch of Force Unleashed, he showed up. And the thing is like, when you've worked in the industry, when you've worked you start getting used to meeting people that you've grown up watching or admiring, and so in a weird way, it just becomes other people's work in business. And so you don't really get nervous, and you just hold conversations, and you enjoy getting their perspective on stuff, making hold conversations. Having said that, that wasn't what it was like when you George Lucas. It was more like, God, it's George Lucas. I just pictured him a lot taller. but it was, you get really nervous because you're like, especially when you hear him talking about lightsabers or something like that, you're like, it's weird to hear that word come out of his mouth because he invented it. So you're just like, yeah, it's not just someone, he's got an idea here, let's listen up. So yeah, I really enjoyed the opportunity to talk about that. I chatted his ear off about something. We talked a little bit about how Star Wars, in order to feel properly Star Wars, the classic trilogy, like you kind of need to talk loud and talk fast. Something that we did in Force Unleashed is like, they said that George Lucas only ever said, Harrison Ford would do some line or something like that, and he'd go, oh, great, do it again, faster, more intense. You'd only say that, either say faster or more intense, or faster or more intense. And so everyone would give him crap for that. Everyone would make fun of him for that. But I was watching Star Wars just before Force Unleashed and going, that's the perfect direction for this film. Listen to how fast they're talking. You never get ahead of the dialogue. You never really know what's coming next because they're just jumping out at you with all this interesting information. The dialogue is very 1940s in its clip. Deck it up that way. Looks like they found a escape route. Why? It's that very old school pace of the dialogue, like 1940s. So we'd be doing Force Unleashed, and we would do a scene. We're all being very internal, very modern day actor, and it just wouldn't feel very Star Wars. It just wouldn't feel right. So then I'd be like, hey guys, can we try it again, but just faster, more intense. Suddenly it felt like Star Wars. Juno, tell Proxy we got to bring the ship down. It's not very exciting. Juno, we got to bring the ship down now. Go. You got to get your pulse racing. There was some story I heard about Harrison Ford where he was recording replacement dialogue for The Empire Strikes Back or something like that. I think it was. It's where they play the scene, and they need to re-record your dialogue because maybe they had a sound mess up, or maybe they changed one word in the line, but they need you to lip sync your own performance. And he was convinced that there was something wrong with the projector because it was so fast that they can't talk this fast. It's not possible. And they realized, yeah, but look how excited you are. And so he actually had to jump around and get his pulse up, and then he could talk that fast. And so he did stuff like that.
Was it weird to play yourself on Force Unleashed, seeing yourself on screen and playing it?
Well, with video games, anyone that plays video games, you're kind of imagining you're the character anyway. It's a lot easier for me. One of the funny things was that I'd be playing the game because I would do some work. We worked for like 2 or 3 weeks and we shot very intensely. And then I'd go away and then come back and do a little more work. And then go away and come back and do a little more work. And the game was coming along. And I'd play it a little bit. And the funny thing is I'd be playing and something would happen and then a bad guy, a big giant rancor would jump out or something and I'd go, oh, that's not good. And the Starkiller would go, oh, that's not good. And I'd be like, just say very similar things. And he would pipe in at the same time with something similar, and people were laughing, just completely laughing. Like, you guys are